All right, welcome back, everybody. You were waiting to do that, weren't you?
No, I was. Sorry. Hey, guys, we're back. So,
Part 2 of our E3 Xbox review. And it's the big one. Halo.
yeah, the
Oh
big
my
one, the
gosh.
big kahuna. Right, so a lot of you guys know, it's been rumored that... So Halo 5 is not coming out till next year, right? And, this sucks, what do we do? Everybody's like, no, it's cool. 343 Industries is like, it's cool, bro. Here's all 4 Halo games and Halo 2 multiplayer untouched.
Seriously.
And...
Well, what was originally rumored was just it's going to be 10 years from Halo 2 this November.
Yeah.
So as you know, they did it with Combat Evolved. So they were like, oh, well, they're probably going to do a Halo 2 Anniversary
It was
Edition.
supposedly leaked that they were going to do a Halo 2 Anniversary Edition. Along with the leak, had 2 other items that it leaked out with. That there was going to also be a Master Chief Collector's Edition where it had all 4 Halo games. Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which most people speculated Halo 2 Anniversary was going to be confirmed. Because they've all but confirmed it. It's been a pretty bad secret.
It's pretty obvious, too, with it being the 10-year.
But the Master Chief Collection was like,
it was kind of iffy. They were like...
Halo 4 just came out.
Yeah.
Why are they releasing it?
That was, honestly, even for me, I was just like, not to mention putting that all into one disc. That would have to be expensive, right?
Right, so 2 things. One, it's completely official. It's all 4 games in one disc. It's no special edition. And second, it's literally $60, the normal Xbox One
$60
price.
For Halo 1 Anniversary Edition. So not like the Halo 1, old graphics. No, Halo 1, the Anniversary Edition.
Yep.
Halo 2 Anniversary Edition, which I have to say, we saw the cutscene.
For it.
We saw the cutscene from the Halo 2, the first mission, and oh my gosh, it looks amazing how well they polished that up. It looks better than Halo 4 in my opinion.
What they did with what they did with the cutscene itself that they showed snippets. First off, they had the Arbiter's voice playing, and they cut off and showed snippets of the character that's adjacent to Master Chief in the Halo 5 Guardians cover.
So they were definitely hinting at the Halo 2 Anniversary Edition, which I thought that was what we were showing, but then we heard the Arbiter's voice, and then the picture was going out and stuff like that, and we were like, wait, what is this? Is it just the Arbiter introducing Halo 2, or what is it?
So this is what's crazy. It all comes on one disc, and it's not just the 4 games, it's the 4 games and multiplayer. And
all the maps.
100 maps, dedicated servers, and there's
the original multiplayer gameplay.
Yeah.
Not any of the, if you remember or if you got the Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition. All it really was basically DLC for Halo 4.
Yeah, or Halo Reach.
Halo Reach. Yeah, sorry.
Because Halo 4 didn't come out yet.
So a lot of people were really upset with that it was the Halo 4 multiplayer or Halo Reach. I don't know why I keep saying Halo 4.
You get those 4 games. You get Nightfall, the live-action Halo series.
Yes.
That's been being directed, and you get beta to
Halo 5
Guardians, which is crazy. So now you get 6 things. This is as good as the orange box.
Well,
dare I say better?
Better, yeah. I'm gonna say.
Well, okay, for Halo fans, it's instantly better. It's an insta-buy for anyone who remotely likes one of the 4 Halo games. 343 is hey, did you like any of the Halo games? Good.
Here you go.
Buy this one, you'll play it.
But yeah, as they were saying, Xbox was basically, honestly, founded by Halo.
Oh, and 4,000 gamer score points. For those of you who is interested, 1,000 per game.
Yeah, 1,000 is usually the limit per disc.
Yep.
Whereas this one has 4,000. So for those of you achievement hunters out there, good luck.
Completely untouched maps, all the original maps in the original form, and there are 6 revisited and redone, remastered maps from the best maps of Halo 2.
Yep.
With a hit of a button, you could go back and see the original graphic.
The classic view, yep.
Which will look terrible, but in its all of its glory. Also, we got to see some gameplay.
Yes, we got to see
gameplay.
The Halo 2 multiplayer gameplay, and it stayed true to its form. it definitely brought me back.
Yeah, let me share with you some of my best memory. My best memory of Halo 2, of any game I've ever played online, was I was playing a match on Headlong, which is the city, and it was an 8-on-8 full 16-person battle. There's 2 buildings, and one team starts in one building, one team starts in the other building. We started in a lower building. Game starts, we rush over. We find no one. Nobody's there. We're like, where's the other team? They're all still here. They're all on the server. We go up to the other building, and like at that point in Halo 2, they had what's called proximity voice. Mm-hmm. So like you could hear the other team talking if you were close enough. So the moment we get there, all we hear is 8 voices humming to the same tune. We're like, what is going on? And we see like all the teammates teabagging back and forth in like this beautiful, perfect rows, just crouching up and down, synonymously humming. And we walk up to them. We're like, "What do you guys do?" We just die at this point. We're laughing so hard. We can't control ourselves. We start killing them. They don't do anything. They just still do that. And we don't know what to do. We kill them all, and then spawn, and then they spawn back, and we have a great game. That was the weirdest match I've ever played. So it's moments like that, and that Halo 2 really brought Xbox Live to the fullest during its original Xbox console.
It was honestly, the beginning and also the prime of Xbox Live.
2 systems later, here we are with another Halo 2 multiplayer. So it's definitely going to... I don't know if I'm going to want to get 5 with 4 games to play through. By the way, playlists. You could set up your favorite campaign moments
from each of the games,
all in one disc.
So that final drive sequence from Halo 2, and then
Halo 1 even,
or really any of the Halos have that final drive sequence.
Exactly. You could make a playlist of the final drive sequence. You make a playlist of the flood levels.
Yeah.
It
doesn't matter which game it's from, Halo 3 followed by a Halo 1 followed by a Halo 2, or they may even have best of playlists.
I get it now.
That they have on
Xbox tweeted just 2 days ago, "What's your favorite Halo moment?"
I bet you that'll be part of the playlist.
And I was like, oh, Delta Halo. Delta Halo, when you drop in, it's the only time you drop in with live ODSTs and you play with them. And I know for a fact one of the first things I'll do is play some Delta Halo and what was that? The Truth and Reconciliation. I'm gonna play some killing some prophets. I'm gonna make a prophet killing playlist. Oh, I love it. I cannot wait for this Halo game to come.
My first introduction into Halo was actually at my cousin's birthday party, and everybody knew what this was except for me. I was completely clueless as to what this game was.
I hated Halo 1. I don't like first-person shooters.
Well, it was Halo 2.
Yeah.
I was introduced during Halo 2.
Oh, during Halo 2?
Yeah, so I didn't even have Halo 1. So... Anyways, so I had no idea. I don't think I even played a first-person shooter before that, to be honest.
GoldenEye.
Or maybe I have. I mean, maybe. I probably did. But anyways, first, real popular
It really
one.
was one of the first. I mean, you got Perfect Dark, GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Halo just took it to a whole new level.
Yeah.
And it was very impressive.
And basically, we were playing on this one cave level. I don't remember what it was. And I loved it because I was flying around in a Banshee killing some people, and all of a sudden, I'm getting beat up like no other from one of my friends on a machine gun turret. So I thought I'd be smart and jump out of my Banshee and be like, you can't kill me. I end up falling down a pit.
That's fantastic. That level specifically, you could shoot stalactites?
Stalactites, yeah, because stalagmites come from the ground.
Yeah, you could shoot stalactites and they'd fall down, and I'd wait for that one moment when that Wraith was right in that perfect spot, and I'd shoot it with my SMG and it'd pop down and kill the Wraith, and I'd go, yes! I've killed you. Environmental damage at its prime. So, that was kind of the closing of the new games, correct? The games
that are coming out this year.
Yes. Man, they had a ton of them.
Oh, yeah.
It's nuts. And there was a ton of indie games that they announced too. I realized as I was talking out of my butt with I did look up the game again that you were talking about, Oni and the whatever it's poopy called.
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Ori and the sure. It looks fantastic. It looks like another Dust game. Very artsy and definitely there to break your heart.
Oh, definitely.
You can tell. You can tell you're gonna
can feel
have that motion.
The
feels were there. Let me tell you. So upcoming games. The one I was thinking of originally when we talked about Ori was Inside by Playdead Studios. People who brought you Limbo bring you Inside, which is what looks like to be you're inside a facility and you're escaping the facility. You're human, and every other human around you is like a drone, basically.
Looks like a zombie or something like that. I mean, obviously not like brain-eating zombie, but just
a mindless
walking
person. Husk.
And
it's very there's no details. Like it's very shaded. It's just maybe 3 color palettes.
Yeah. So very much in the style of Limbo, except a little bit more color to it.
That's what I meant when I was saying they added grays. It was like Limbo with grays and a couple other players in there.
It was interesting because, if you didn't act like a zombie or the brainless people, it looked like a dystopia. Honestly.
Among that, right after Inside, they announced a slew of indie games.
Oh my gosh, it was hard to keep track of because obviously there's so many indie developers that they can't possibly name them all.
That's a good thing, right? ID at Xbox has been like pushing the
they've been
independent
so
developers.
Supportive.
Every system's trying to be the one that goes, no, but we have the indie guys.
Yeah.
So this one has the ones I would implore you to check out. Lifeless Planet,
which looks like a sort of like basically exploration of Mars or something like that, like a space game. You're in a spacesuit. Doesn't look like there's anything there, but who knows where.
It was like this nice 3D thing. Cuphead looked incredible.
Oh my god! So basically, you may know this stuff, you may not, but think like early Walt Disney cartoons,
Mickey Mouse,
like
Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willie style, the original stuff.
The game, it plays like that.
Yeah, it literally
looks like cells.
Looked just like that.
It's crazy.
It looked like a freaking Disney cartoon from the early 1900s.
So Fru, which Mighty Number 9.
Oh, Mighty Number 9.
Below. Those are all really good games you should definitely check out.
Yes.
But moving along.
But honestly, if you go through the entire list of them that they showed there, or just watch the video or whatever, honestly, I have to say that they all looked like I'd be interested in them.
They did. There was even like a Skyrim-y kind of first-person game.
Oh yeah, like Hell Raid, I think it was called, or something like that.
I'm sure it's called Hell Raid. Yeah. Why not?
But it was just interesting because they were saying, they fully support the indie developers now. I mean, they are giving the developers free dev kits, which, in case you don't know, cost several $1,000s.
Hey Logan.
Huh?
Why did Lara Croft quit her job? Because it was in the pits!
Good
Tomb Raider! Rise Son of Tomb Raider.
No, just Rise of the Tomb Raider.
So you play a little girl, and you kill people with bows and arrows,
Not
headshots.
A little girl, she looks about, I believe she's 17 or 18, but it starts off dark, man. She's...
did you play the new
No,
reboot?
I know.
The reboot starts off dark.
I know the reboot is dark, but I mean, like, even from a Tomb Raider standpoint, I mean, I personally loved the reboot of the Tomb Raider, so I'm really excited for this one. But even from a Tomb Raider standpoint, she is mentally scarred from what has happened. If I'm guessing in the Tomb Raider reboot, if not in what's happening in Rise of Tomb Raider.
I'm pretty sure it's a prequel.
No, I think it's a sequel.
She looked like a little girl.
No.
Like that was a flashback.
No. It was a sequel. It had to be a sequel because Tomb Raider, the reboot, was when she got all started. She didn't do any of her stuff before then. Like she didn't,
she learned how to hike and adventure.
Yeah, she had her adventuring.
Knew how to shoot guns.
But that was from her dad. This was, that was her first time on her own in the Tomb Raider sense.
That's why I thought it was called Rise of the Tomb Raider. So that was Tomb Raider, and then this is Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Okay, this is just speculation. But if I had to guess, the trailer starts off with her in getting mental therapy.
Yeah, but I thought that was a little girl.
No, it was her. It was her. She was just freaking out.
That's coming out holiday 2015.
Yeah.
Which is ways away.
But it starts off with her getting some mental help from a psychiatrist, and you can tell that she's freaking out. So if I had to guess, either she's getting help for what happened in Tomb Raider, and then the events of Rise of Tomb Raider happen, or what's going to happen is the story progresses as she's recalling the tale from Rise of the Tomb Raider to her psychiatrist.
The last time I saw therapy in a video game, it was not a good one. It was Silent Hill Shattered Memories.
Oh, jeez.
That was it. No, it was a good game. But man, the parts of the therapist were so bizarre.
Yeah. All right, so next on the list would be The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. That was the next one on the series. It's
open world.
Totally open world, but as all the Witcher series have been. Neither one of us have really gotten into them. I don't know about Dorsey, why he couldn't get into it, but I couldn't get into the...
I couldn't play a PC.
Simple as that. For me, it was the combat of it. They had spells and stuff that you could use, but if I remember correctly, you had to remember patterns in order to use a spell. So, like, they weren't terrible patterns, but the fact that I had to memorize the patterns and figure out what they did and how to use them, and they're not like normal, like, oh, cast a fireball spell. It's like disorient your enemies or have a snare or something like that. It's not your standard kind of spell, so I couldn't really get into it.
The interactions between the NPC and the main character had such a more life to it. Like when the guy was talking, you could see like just little nuances that I've seen a lot of Witcher 3 conversations and they look pretty uncanny. Definitely looking forward to seeing how that pans out.
Yeah.
Not being Witcher
probably 2. Not gonna play it, but it would be interesting.
I'm not invested in 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But I do want to see how it turns out from like an outside perspective.
Yeah, definitely, because it does look like
2 really got a lot of popularity.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like it'll be a good game. It's just the gameplay mechanics for both of us we couldn't get into, so it is what it is. All right, so the next one on the list.
So I'm a really big fan of reboots, and they announced the reboot of Killer Instinct's developer announced Phantom Dust, which is this kind of classic game. It's a fighter, so it's right up their alley, and not much more than a cutscene that they gave a CGI trailer. But it definitely brings up this interesting concept of like how this Xbox is really digging deep of their old IP and kind of giving it a fresh spin, which has been really nice so far. Seeing Killer Instinct, like kind of like this free-to-play style game, has been really nice. And
speaking of fighting games, I know this goes a bit off track, but have you seen the trailer for Mortal Kombat X?
Yeah, dude. The moment, like, I was like, oh, because my brother was telling me, he's like, you gotta check this out. I'm like, really, Sean? You're not into freaking fighting games? You're into sports games and like hip-hop music. What's going on? And he's like, no, you gotta check this out. So he shows it to me, and I'm like, what? And what's like? Okay, it just looks like Mortal Kombat. And then like this weird music starts playing. It's this hip-hop music starts playing, and the fluidness. It's so fluid.
First of all, it looked
like
beautiful.
Real fighting.
It looked beautiful. Yeah. It seriously looked like real fighting. Like if the game comes even close.
He took a branch, froze it, broke it off, and then beat the dude with it.
Yeah.
And that one didn't look scripted. It looked like he actually just did it. So I don't know. Obviously, that's not really gameplay, but there's some stuff that looked like
CGI. Animated sort of thing, but
kind of like what they're aiming for.
Yeah, like because the reboot.
They just started
Mortal Kombat 9.
So
that honestly, it was a good looking game. Not great,
fantastic,
but it was a good
super
looking
fun.
Game. Oh yeah, definitely.
And Infamous was incredibly fun too. But Infamous had some of those environmental stuff, so I'm really looking forward to Mortal Kombat's ability. Man, it just looks so fluid. Go check out the Mortal Kombat trailer. If that's probably a concept trailer of what the company shoots for.
Right.
But if they have something that's resembling that, I can't imagine it being anything else but awesome. So, we got this Tom Clancy Division, which I was surprised that we'd see that.
We, neither of us really have heard anything from it for quite some time, even though it's been in development for quite a while.
It sure has gotten. There's been a lot of
delays. It looks good. It looks good.
Reminds me of a weird kind of Uncharted Metro Redux.
Yeah.
Spliced
I mean, if you've played a Tom Clancy game, you'll definitely be at home with this one for sure. It definitely has that aspect to it, but it's new too. And we're not sure with the trailer that they showed us, because
weird. I think it was another concept trailer.
It was interesting because the way that the characters talked, like, we weren't sure whether or not they were
characters that were on the same team as the main character that was being played.
Because I don't think we ever heard the person who was being played speak. We only heard the 3 other people speak. I'm pretty sure. I wasn't paying attention too close, but I'm pretty sure I only heard 3 voices, whereas there was 4 people.
So we couldn't tell if it was like a co-op, if it was that was supposed to represent online play with cooperative
with people talking, because that's honestly what it sounded like. It seriously
was very arcadey for a Tom Clancy game.
Well, yeah, but
you shot people and you got points and stuff, which was I don't know, that could deter some people, but man, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, I was just I couldn't get my head around it. I was like, okay, are they actual player controlled, or did they just take this
if they are it's very meta if they're not player controlled.
Yeah, because
they're like, change your customization, change your skills.
The way just check out the trailer, and the way that they're talking, it like I said, you think that they're player controlled. It's not like, it doesn't sound scripted in any way, shape, or form. It just sounds like people going through the battlefield, which, in hindsight, is really what people would be doing. But it's a totally different approach than pretty much any other game out there so far.
It was a third-person
shooter.
Like, it was very Ghost Recon Future Soldier.
Yes.
That. And, but they said some stuff like, let's change our skill. And, or like, I'll pull the aggro.
Yeah.
And
then there's one where they were like, get him. Dang it, he got away. And they were like freaking out and stuff like
just
that.
Just like you would in an online game.
Yeah.
And they were like, good game.
And just like repeating, the same line over and over. Like, someone help me, or something like that. I'm down. You don't really...
Revive me. They said he yelled, revive me.
Yeah.
Like, I need to be revived. Like, no person in real life would yell, revive me.
Yeah.
Unless it was very meta, like Conquer or something. Which would be a weird take on war from Tom Clancy's perspective. I don't know if that would be a thing. Yeah, the other thing with that trailer was that she was like, hey, I'm about to take my house, or make my base.
Make my base, yeah.
So they killed these people in the trailer, and then she's like, oh, here's my base. He's like, oh, it looks great. Yeah, let's unlock the
med bay first, or something like that.
Unlock the med bay first. So, and it showed kind of this like digital overlay of like, that was really cool too.
Yeah.
You could like take these digital echoes.
Yeah.
Of electronics and stuff. And it was a cool trailer, right?
Yeah.
Cool concept, but I mean, how much of that actually pans out?
Yeah, we'll see.
I expect it to be like Watch Dogs. Great concept. Not, I don't think it will live up to what this is.
Yeah.
Like the Mortal Kombat trailer looks way too good.
Yeah.
If they make a game like that, I'll be shocked. I love Mortal Kombat. It's fantastic, but man, it can't be that good. Like,
anyways, so next was just a trailer for this new upcoming game called Scalebound.
Right.
Basically, it seriously reminded me of How to Train Your Dragon.
Yep. Definitely.
But anyways, it was interesting because it looked like this normal human character, and he's fighting these absolutely huge monsters with the help of his dragon, as we soon find out. But then he also like grows this dragon scale armor, and his sword glows and all this sort of stuff. And
very fantasy oriented.
Yeah, definitely fantasy oriented.
We didn't see any gameplay, of course.
Not gameplay, but it's just it's interesting. I'm curious to see as to where it goes from here.
Yeah, like the thing is that was the only Japanese developer.
Yeah.
So he came out and he was really like stiff, and he didn't smile, and he wasn't very hyper. But man, we need more of that. This has been the generation without like these incredible JRPGs like the PS2 had.
Oh, good grief.
Unfreaking believable how many anime games there were, or just Japanese games like Okami. I miss those, and this could be the beginning of that. I don't think I'm interested in that game. I think it was too. It was not. I guess I don't know. It's just.
It was an art form.
It definitely wasn't my style of gaming. I tend to steer away from. I love Monster Hunter, but there's that it's just not quite as. Although he the cool thing was that he had the dragon fighting with him.
Yeah.
And it made me feel like it was kind of like a really intense, realistic Pokemon. Because he flew away at the end. Like I'm kind of, if it's like that,
Charizard used fly.
Yeah, it did. And then he like changed elements with like he was using like fire, and then like he threw acid out at the end. And he said acid, I think, or something.
Something like that.
But Scalebound, I don't know. Looks exciting. And it's by a company. They didn't explain what the company was called, but it showed P.
It was like
and then
Platinum Games or something.
Yeah,
like
Platinum
that?
Games, but like the symbol.
It was
like
a P plus.
P plus, which is I just think that's hilarious.
I've never heard of them before.
I know, but it makes me think of PlayStation Plus. It's like a middle finger to Sony.
Yeah.
Actually, really friendly this year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They were like, they started off by saying, we're
on the same ground
with
as
our
Nintendo
friends.
and Sony.
They said something about how like, we're all here today with. We want to talk about games. We're with our friends, Nintendo and Sony here. Mm-hmm. We're all loving it. They talked about like their favorite games in between the cutscenes. Yeah, and people just said their favorite games were like Super Mario Brothers, or just all these other games that were for other systems. Mm-hmm. So really cool. Yeah.
And then at the closing of the show, for some reason, I mean, it's a good title, but I'm not sure why they didn't put Halo as their closing statement. Which
I'm so happy. I love seeing Halo early.
I know you love seeing Halo early, but it was such a big, like, both. If we had the mic going on when that showed up, it's just.
It basically was. Here's the thing about Crackdown, though. Crackdown has a special place in my heart because if you bought Crackdown. If you pre-ordered Crackdown, you got the beta access to Halo Reach, which was the first it was a Halo 3. It was Halo 3! That far back!
Yeah.
So the Crackdown 2 didn't do very well. So this is a new Crackdown. The difference, though, is that...
We're thinking that it's going to be a destructible world.
Dude, and I don't mean that in a cheesy way. It's the city Crackdown. The dude literally had 4 players blowing up
buildings.
A building.
Entire buildings.
To have the building slam into the building.
To create a ramp for this truck to drive off of. To blow the top off of this other building that ends up crushing the crime lord. So...
It's nuts. Yeah. There's a few things... that again, that's just a concept, right?
We didn't. There was just CGI, no.
But these are all games coming out in the future, so it's very exciting.
To at least know that it's there.
Xbox One, right? There's a couple things that were missing from the Xbox lineup that they mentioned though was Battlefield Hardlines. They mentioned that. Didn't see any Quantum Break. Really bummed out. I love Quantum Break. I'm gonna get that pre-ordered.
Yeah.
No Far Cry 4, and not even to mention. But then at the end they flashed a bunch of like different logos. They kind of did a lot.
So you saw Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and Fable Legends.
They mentioned
Spark.
Destiny.
Yep.
And then they also we saw Gears logo.
We saw a Gears logo.
So Gears will be coming in some form, maybe an arcade game,
prequel.
Maybe it's a reboot of Gears of War.
That'd be
like an anniversary.
Like an anniversary of Gears 1.
Yeah.
That would be.
It'd be good. It'd be a step in the right direction. I think.
It would be.
Going back to its roots. I have a lot of friends who had want to show Gears, but the reason that Gears took me in the first place was because how beautiful it was. And nowadays, it's old, right? So you show somebody Gears,
but even
like, nah.
still, it's a good-looking game. Like, just... I mean, I don't want to get too nerdy here, but like just just the engine that they use and the way that they textured everything and the way that they loaded... it was very, very, very smart and very well done.
Yeah. Cliffy B and that company,
the team of
knew what they were doing.
Oh, they definitely know what they were doing.
So, lastly, though, it makes me a lot of this stuff like Crackdown, Phantom Break, like Killer Instinct. They're really pulling up even the revival of the 4 Halo games before them. They're not just looking towards the future. They're really
paying homage from where they came from.
Yeah, what's with Conquer in Minecraft? Like Conquer is downloadable skins in Minecraft on the Xbox 360 version. Conquer in the Project Spark.
Yeah,
it's like this revival of old IPs. They're really digging deep, and they're trying to make a point of all this. That hey, we have stuff, and that stuff you liked back in 2000, 2001. Well, we're not going to forget about you. We're here. I think they're reaching for the new and the old gamers. So like I remember Phantom
and then
Break,
also
and
I
cool
think,
to see that back.
Yeah, and then also I think to educate the new gamers, because honestly I'm just gonna be 100% truthful here. You can take offense to it, you don't have to take offense to it, whatever. But the gamers nowadays are just a bunch of arrogant dickheads. Like, I really do. Like, they don't. You know, you talk about the old classics on PS1, PS2, even not even that long ago, and they're just like, "What? I just play Call of Duty and Madden, bro." Like,
yeah.
It's
That's so weird because I guess as a kid I didn't grow up playing online.
Right, but you don't think about it, but it's true. A good majority of the gamers out there are just.
But is it being a dick, or is it just a change?
Okay.
No, hold on.
Like,
or is it just a change of the way we play games as kids? Because see, when we played games as kids, we didn't have online, right? So we had to play games that had stories and adventures, right?
Yeah.
So now we're all story and adventures, but these guys, they can turn on a multiplayer and they just play multiplayer all day. So they're just having different experiences than we are, which is weird. But E3 didn't really cater to the multiplayer faction at all.
No.
Assassin's Creed, yes. Division, yes. But nothing like Call of Duty at all. In fact, it was all tilted towards the older generation of gamers, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah. It's just...
It's nice that Xbox is siding with us, as well as spewing out the generic shooters.
Yeah. So I guess, I mean, I'm not saying, you know, anything in that sense.
I think what you're saying is, like, it's very irritating when you have a bunch of high-pitched people screaming at you.
Yes.
Okay, because I totally understand what you're saying.
Who only play like, you know, we, like you said, we grew up with story games and stuff like that, but then we also melded into the online community, and now we're part of both worlds. Yeah. Whereas they are,
Hannah Montana style.
They're just playing Call of Duty and Halo, and that's it. Yeah. They call people who play any sort of RPG nerds. You know, they don't care. They don't even want to try to get to know any of the other styles. Which, you know, there's freaking... Even now there's plenty of good games out there that just aren't touched, and, like, they fail. You know, they don't make any sequels because of the fact that we have these, you know, giants like Call of Duty and stuff like that these people are feeding, and the other ones are getting no attention at all.
That's what's so impressive about Xbox and what they just did at E3. They stood the ground, they were firm, and they were friendly. And they showed all these games that were old IPs, fun stuff, and I think a lot of fresh games with different stories. Along, of course, with the sequelitis, right? Witcher, Halo. Man, Halo's just a sequel trip, but I think it's great because I want my nephew to play
what you played.
Yeah.
And in the style that you played it, not just like a remake in the most current Halo engine. It's the actual, each game
That's cool.
within that disc has its original engine in it.
It's definitely very exciting. Heck, I want to play Halo 4 again on my One. I'm serious. I just want to be able to I want to throw my 360 out, play some Halo 4 on my One, and I'm happy with that. It's good stuff. Well, okay.
Yeah. I was also excited to finally, you know, we heard last year at E3 about the Halo TV series, and then it just, boom, fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Like, we heard nothing. Yeah. And then now all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, it comes bundled with the Master Chief Edition. It's like, that came out of nowhere, but yay.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's all on a Blu-ray, so.
And honestly, they've been keeping it on lockdown because I have no idea what that series is going to be about.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they said it'll lead directly into Halo 5.
Yes. So if you are going to get, you know, if you're a Halo fan and you're going to get Halo 5,
it's not just an old games. It's old games and then a reason
that are leading up to Halo 5, because also with that Nightfall, the TV series, that was what is called Nightfall, right?
Yep, and that's the thing.
It leads into Halo 5, so I'm imagining that if you want to know what's going on in Halo 5, you'll have to watch that TV series.
And also, there's a bunch of different cutscenes where that we saw in the CGI trailer where it's Arbiter explaining to the new character in Halo 5
the new character
why he needs to look back at the past. So so they're basically presenting an excuse for the old games to be new again, which I think is awesome.
It was incredibly well done. I will agree with that.
Pretty classy. I'm excited for 343. And a lot of people were like itchy when they first
came
in charge of Halo. Everybody was. Yeah.
I was too, yeah, because it was so near and dear to my heart, and to hear that this
honestly
that this newbie company, like I didn't hear of 343.
That's because a lot of them were just Bungie people that want to keep making Halo stuff.
So anyways, I guess that's it.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening. You're the best.
Absolutely.
If you ever want to contact, I am Andrew at Dorsey, and on Twitter, my Twitter handle is ACEMCLOUD777. Yep. Feel free to send me a message and say hi or favorite.
Yeah, we'll just have our contact.
Everything that I post, and I will be your best friend.
Yeah.
I'm staring at the mic the way I would stare at you, with loving eyes. And
don't pay attention. Those eyes are filled with murder. I'm scared that that a hole will start appearing in my mic where he is staring. But yeah, we'll have our contact information in the description box, and hopefully we'll have more little podcasts like this in the future, and maybe some other things.
You're so beautiful right now. You the viewer.
Oh.
You the viewer are so beautiful.
I see how it is.
Checking you out, bro. Okay. I think that's the end of it. I think that should be the end. I'm checking you out, bro.
Yep. All right. So, catch you guys later.
Bye. Get out of here. Get out of my house.